The Apostle Paul went through a lot of bad breaks. 2 Corinthians 11, it lists some of these difficulties. 5 times he was beaten with rods. Once he was stoned. 3 times he had been shipwrecked. He was bitten by a poisonous snake. He faced angry mobs, fought off bandits, survived flooded rivers. He'd gone without food, proper clothing, sleepless nights. Nobody had more come against them than Paul. After being in prison for 2 years, he was brought before King Agrippa for his trial. When he stood up to give his defense, the first thing he said was, "King Agrippa, I think myself happy." You would think he would see himself as a victim, be bitter, angry, have a chip on his shoulder. But he shows us a secret of how to overcome all that. He said, "I think myself happy." You can think yourself depressed. You can think yourself into a bad mood, think yourself a victim, or you can do like Paul and say, yes, I've had a lot of difficulties. I could be sour, live discouraged, but I'm going to think myself happy. As long as you're thinking about your hurts, what you didn't get, how you were left out, you're going to be discouraged. Why don't you start thinking happy thoughts? Happy thoughts are, I have a bright future. Something good is going to happen to me. My latter days will be better than my former days. I'm not saying to deny the negative. I'm saying don't dwell on it. Don't relive what didn't work out. Don't replay the loss, the disappointment, the failure. You can't move forward if you're looking back. You can't enjoy today if you're focused on yesterday. You may have had disappointments, things that are not fair. You need to do like Paul and start thinking yourself happy. I get up every morning and tell Victoria, today is going to be a great day. You know what I'm doing? Thinking myself happy. I'm getting my mind going in the right direction. It's easy to get up and think yourself sad. Think yourself into self-pity. Why did I come down with this illness? My friends are all married. Why am I still single? These people at work are not treating me right. This is not fair. You're thinking yourself defeated. You have to change what you're thinking. Yes, I came down with this illness, but Father, I want to thank you that you're restoring health back into me, that I will live and not die, that my best days are still in front of me. Well, yes, these people at work are not treating me right, but I'm not a victim. I know I'm a victor. God, you're my vindicator. You said you would always cause me to triumph. Happy thoughts are, God, I'm grateful to be alive. I'm excited about my future. I believe you're taking me from glory to glory, that I haven't seen or imagined the great things you have in store. When you think happy thoughts, it not only lifts your spirit, but that attitude of faith is what allows God to do amazing things. After Paul gave this great speech to King Agrippa, he was sent back to prison. His prayer wasn't answered. You would think now he would surely be discouraged. Surely he'd be complaining. No, in prison he wrote, "Rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say rejoice." He was telling us, even when it doesn't go your way, just keep thinking happy thoughts. Keep giving God praise. Keep thanking God that He's working. Keep being grateful when you could be complaining. Keep thinking victory when you're seeing defeat. Happiness is not dependent on what's going on around you. It's dependent on what's going on in you. What kind of thoughts are you thinking? I'll never get well. I've had this too long. You're thinking yourself discouraged. I can't break this addiction. It's been in my family for years. You're thinking yourself limited. I can't be happy, Joel. I've been through a lot of loss, a lot of heartache. That's not how your story ends. Here's a key. You have to give yourself permission to be happy. Sometimes we bought into the lie that we're not supposed to be happy. We've been through too much. We've made too many mistakes. If we're happy, people may not understand. Can I tell you, you're supposed to be happy? God created you to enjoy your life, to laugh, to smile. Happiness starts on the inside. Give God something to work with. Every morning you need to say to yourself, I'm happy, I'm grateful, I'm blessed. You can't receive happiness if you're thinking sadness. Joy is coming every morning. Some people have been bypassing it year after year because of their thoughts. You will live happier if you'll start thinking happier. While Paul was in prison, he wrote in 1 Thessalonians, "Be happy in the faith, glad-hearted continually." He was telling us again, think happy thoughts, be glad-hearted. He didn't say anything about our circumstances. Be happy if people treat you good. Be happy if your plans work out. Be happy if you don't have any disappointments. He was saying, get in a habit of thinking happy thoughts. Don't let the negative circumstances talk you out of living happy. I was driving down the road the other day and I was in a hurry to get to an appointment. There was a car in front of me that was driving 20 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone. It was a one-lane street. You couldn't pass. It wasn't a school zone. The driver wasn't elderly. I couldn't understand why they wouldn't go. At that point, I had to make up my mind that I was going to think happy thoughts because the thoughts that were coming were not happy. My first thoughts were blow the horn, call them a name, get out of my way. I was about to think myself upset, but I did what I'm asking you to do. God, I know you're in control. You're ordering my steps. I thank you that it's a good day. I'm healthy. I'm blessed. I have a bright future. I just switched over to happy thoughts. Not long after that, they turned and I honked my horn and went on. But in the scripture, Habakkuk, I didn't honk. In the scripture, Habakkuk put it this way: though the fig tree does not blossom, though there be no fruit on the vine, though the olive crops fail, and there are no cattle in the stalls. Everything was going wrong for Habakkuk. Business was down. His crops weren't producing. His income was limited. If he would have stopped there, he'd been depressed, discouraged, drugged through the day. But he went on to say, yet will I rejoice in the Lord. I will joy in the God of my salvation. He was saying, even when I'm not seeing increase, even when things aren't going my way, slow drivers, delays, the medical report hasn't improved, I'm not going to fall apart. I'm still going to think happy thoughts. I'm still going to thank God that I'm alive, that I have purpose, that good things are in store. Are you thinking yourself sad? Thinking yourself discouraged? Thinking yourself a victim? It's time to start thinking happy thoughts. A lady I know is very joyful. She always has a smile. And every time I'm around her, she's so good-natured and so fun. And she's had difficulties in life. Hasn't been easy, but she's learned this secret to think happy thoughts. She was at a store and she went up to the counter to purchase something. The man at the register asked how she was doing. She said with a big smile, very enthusiastically, I'm blessed and just grateful to be alive. He looked at her and said, do you go to Lakewood? She said, I do. He said, I should have known it. Everyone that comes in here like you goes to Lakewood. I believe we should be the happiest people on earth. There should be a difference between us and people that don't honor God. When you go to work, everyone may be complaining, discouraged, talking defeat. Don't fall into that trap. Stay full of joy. Keep a smile on your face. Keep thinking happy thoughts. This world needs more happy people. We need more joy in the world. There's so much sadness, gloom, and despair. If we're not careful, we'll let what's happening around us get in us. That's why every morning you have to choose to be happy. Not I feel, but I will rejoice. I will enjoy this day. I will be happy. When you think about the best day of your life, what day would it be? The day you were married? The day your child was born? The day you found out you were cancer-free? The day you moved into that new house? Those are all great days. We look back with fond memories. But do you know what I believe the best day of your life is? Today. God has given us another day to be alive, another day to enjoy your family, another day to see the sunrise, another day of possibilities to pursue your dreams, to go after your goals. But sometimes we let the pressures of life, the traffic, what somebody said, a challenge at work, to keep us from enjoying this day. We think it's just another ordinary day, but there's no such thing as an ordinary day. Every day is a gift from God. The scripture says our life is like a vapor. We're here for a minute and then we're gone. 100 years from now, we'll all be finished. If we really understood how valuable each day is, I think we would live it happier. It's easier to take it for granted. Just get up, go through the motions, deal with the challenges, and the day is gone. But if you'll have a new perspective and start seeing every day as your best day, then you won't let the little things upset you. You'll take time to enjoy the people God's given you to love. You'll stop by and say hello to that neighbor that's lonely. You'll think more happy thoughts. You'll live more grateful. You'll make the most of each day. Pastor friend of mine went to visit a 35-year-old mother in the hospital. She had cancer and wasn't supposed to make it through the night. Walked in, took her hand, and told her that he loved her, that he was praying for her. She smiled ever so warmly and said in a faint voice, "Pastor, this is the best day of my life." He seemed kind of puzzled, thinking that doesn't seem like a very good day for you at all, as she laid there very frail, no hair. She said, "You see, I didn't know if I was going to wake up this morning. Now God has blessed me with another day to see my children, another day to spend with my family." She went on to say, "If I make it through today, tonight I'm going to look out the window and look at the stars. I'm going to enjoy the moonlight." You may have some difficulties, things you could be sour about, things that can take your joy. But if you'll keep it in the right perspective, recognizing that this day is a gift from God, that really it's the best day of your life, then it's much easier to live it happy, to not be sidetracked by all the worries, what didn't work out, who cut you off. When Paul came to the end of his life, he said, "I want to finish my course with joy." We're all going to go to be with the Lord at some point. I don't want to go discouraged, feeling like a victim. Look what I've been through. Why did this happen? Let's go full of joy, seeing each day as the best day, getting up each morning and choosing to be happy. Saying with David, "It's not how I feel, I will rejoice. I will be glad." Like Paul, let's get in the habit of thinking happy thoughts. If you'll do this, I believe and declare you're going to live happier. You're going to enjoy your life more. Forces that have held you back are being broken right now. God is about to release you into new levels of joy, favor, freedom, fulfillment. You will finish your course with joy.